everyone, this is Marie Blue Angel here, and today I am back with Villainess Just Wants to Eat. And I believe Davinia is going around the castle right now just to see, the environment and everything, and maybe trying to figure out more of where she is in the story, in particular, that might help her avoid dying in the plot or during the story right now. So let's just see what she's up to. I got lost. A lot. The castle was way bigger than I anticipated, and all the halls looked the same. I knew I looked crazy constantly wandering the halls, but Lewis had been in constant meetings for the past couple of days. Because of this, I decided to study. The last couple of days, I tried to acquaint myself with the relationships of nobles that previously existed. That's a good use of time, I think, just to get yourself a bit more situated. Luckily, my maid was kind enough to remind me of which nobles I had bad relationships with. Oh, that's very nice of your maid. I mean, yes, definitely don't want to accidentally cause any unnecessary drama, given that currently Davinia is trying to survive and not repeat her original fate. So we'll see how that goes. Unfortunately for me, it was everyone. Either it was a relationship built on petty lies and promises of power, where you both hated each other's guts. Ooh, that's a hard reputation to fix. I sigh as I walk into the castle. I just got back from a tea party with other nobles. It was draining, to say the least. Other than the delicious food I was unable to eat, those ladies were vicious. Every time I reached for a scone, a cookie, or even a sandwich, I was met with a look of judgment. Not to mention, they gossiped like high school girls. I shiver as I get flashbacks. It's already hard enough that I need to wear constrictive dresses that keep me from eating as much as I want to. Now I have to feel like I'm back in high school. That is frustrating. But I guess also Davinia, the original Davinia, would have enjoyed all of this. It does suck though that current Davinia cannot enjoy all the food that she wants. Ridiculous. What do you mean it's unladylike to eat food at a tea party? What is it there for? Very true. I guess the aesthetic? I know Davinia was a villain, but this was too much. I looked like an idiot. But the good news is that I probably avoided any villainous death flags for the rest of my life. Lady Davinia. Ottilia. I look up and see Ottilia walking towards me with a bright smile. Hello, Ottilia. How many times have I told you to just call me Davinia? She giggles. Yes, I'll try. Did you just get back from magic lessons? Oh, okay, this kind of answer... Is the castle just much bigger than I thought it was going to be? And Ottilia and, the Grand Mage are here? That'd be nice. I did. Is planning for the ball going well? I let out a sigh, my shoulders drooping. No, Lewis has been too busy with meetings, and I've been going to tea parties with other nobles. Are they enjoyable, at least? I shake my head. I do not think I fit in here. I want to get closer to Lewis as well, but... Ottilia places a comforting hand on my shoulder. Her smile is gentle and immediately makes me relax. Since I've come to live here, Lewis had been kind but closed off. It's obvious that the stress of growing up in a royal family has gotten to him. But he's starting to change. Don't tell him I told you, but he's been talking about you and the engagement. Oh, have you? He's seen how you've changed, but he doesn't know if this is temporary. Temporary? I mean, that's fair. It hasn't been that long. My eyes widen slightly in surprise. He actually talked about me? I suggest trying to talk to him more. It seems like you want to anyway. What better excuse than party planning? I sigh a little and nod. She has a point. Thank you, Ottilia. Of course. And She pauses, a wistful and somewhat shy smile on her face.
I'm glad you aren't as bad as the rumors said. I was afraid you would be some type of villain.
Well, I mean, the story's different now, but the rumors were true, but now they're not true.
I start laughing. Oh, no, don't worry. I'm working hard to avoid all those flags. What? Nothing. Oh, dinner with Lewis. Hello, Lewis. Dinner once again looks divine. I'm practically drooling at the sight. But before I dig in, I look up at Lewis.
What?
Nothing.
No, there's something. What is it?
I set down my fork and take a nervous breath. This is it. I can do it. I'll get closer to him. I know that you seem to have worries about my sudden change in personality, but I want to assure you that I'm no longer the person I was. I want to be better, not only for myself, but for those around me. Davinia. Lewis looks almost moved. His expression is soft.
I appreciate it. If I'm being honest, it has been rather difficult with the king on his deathbed.
Oh my god.
With the addition of the ball, I am quite stressed.
Oh, the line kept going, but I love that the line kept going. I was gonna comment, one, that Lewis is blushing, and I love to see it. Two, he's just been emotionally distressed, and he's trying to, like, do all the things and take care of all his royal duties and all that, so he must be a stressed man. So it is great that Davinia here will at least be, like, Davinia as she is now is someone who can at least provide some sort of, like, moral support, emotional support, and just, like, a friendly face to be around, instead of Lewis, like, having to traverse all these things by himself. That'll be great.
Don't worry, Lewis. I'll be sure to take that stress away from you. I'll support you as your fiancé.
Even redder, and he's looking away. Oh my gosh, how cute.
Lewis's face turns red as he looks away.
You don't need to do all that. It is truly okay. In fact, I'm used to doing all this work alone. I'm sure I can handle it by myself. So you can just...
Oh, shush. Eat your food. Lewis doesn't argue. His face is still red as he silently nods and looks down at his plate. During my time at the castle, I've noticed that he eats like a bird. He likes cutting up his food into small bites and eating slowly while poring over documents. He's multitasking. I almost want to say something, but I know that I pushed the issue too much for now. So, have you given any thought to the guest list? He looks up from his plate. I can see him relax just ever so slightly as the topic changes. I have some people I'd like to invite and build stronger relationships with. I was also thinking of inviting those ladies you have tea with.
No, thank you. Davinia's face like, maybe not.
My face immediately scrunches. Do we have to? Do you not like them? Of course I don't. They are like a group of mean girls in high school, always gossiping and making fun of others. But that is the crowd Davinia would associate with. I don't think they like me. I suppose it's because they can't rely on me to trash talk others. Well, then who do you suggest? I'm not sure. One thing I hate about fantasy manhwa is the relationships of the nobility. They are fragile, and one wrong move could send everything crashing down. Nice people don't do well in the land of nobility.
That's a good point. There's a lot of, like, political motivation behind a lot of these, like, relationships, which, like, makes sense for this world, but also that's very hard to navigate, I'd assume, if you, like, really don't want to get yourself involved.
Unless you have plot armor like Ottilia, heroine privileges. Plot armor, the phenomenon where a character can survive nearly anything because they need to be alive for the story to continue.
That's funny. It'd be nice to integrate it, like, as a writer, or like, I mean, I don't write, so I don't know. But like having a story or having a story, having writing where a character is not necessarily, like, obviously you want them to survive, but like to build the context so that it makes a lot more sense rather than like, oh, they totally would have died if this one thing happened, but, you know, they didn't because they had some other things. But I don't know, I guess that's tricky because you can introduce whatever factors you want to make them survive if they're the main character or another character that's important to the plot. Anyways, I know this party is for a celebration, but I'm not dumb enough to brush off the fact that this is the chance for you to show that you will be a good king. I'm afraid of inviting someone that will cause trouble. I'm afraid of causing trouble myself. Lewis's gaze softens, and he shows a rare smile. The fact that you've even been thinking that far enough. Sorry, I can't. That line was not the right way to say that. Okay. The fact that you're even thinking that far is enough. I appreciate you being conscientious about this. Normally, you wouldn't. Click. Mouse won't go. Oh, I guess my mouse died. I blush and look away as Lewis continues to eat. This sudden show of his soft side is unexpected, but welcome. What about food? He chuckles, rolling his eyes. Food. Again. Always. Can you not choose the menu? I want to do it together. He takes a bite of his food, chewing slowly before leaning back in his chair. And how would we do that? We make 2 lists of food we want. Then we give those lists to Senric to make, and we have a tasting. Ooh, a tasting? That'd be so fun. Also, hi, Senric.
Stop it.
That is way too much work. Eating food is not too much work. It's fun. Lewis leans forward, a sly smile on his face. All right, then. If you get to do that, then I get to choose our outfits. Ooh, are you going to make us wear matching colors? A blush creeps up Lewis's neck. I stifle a laugh with my hand. I will say that's not the most uncommon expectation. I will say, like, shouldn't you be matching to some degree? Oop, I would hope so. Why is he blushing? That's so funny. I mean, shouldn't it be obvious? Oh, you're blushing because she made it more obvious and called it out. That's funny. I decide to tease him a bit more. I tilt my head to the side. Is it? We're a His voice cracks. He clears his throat. We're a couple. Of course we should match. A smile spreads across my face. Good. We have a deal then. As we continue to converse, I notice that Lewis has eaten a lot more than he normally does. In fact, he would normally already be in his office by this time. Improvement! Does Lewis want to spend time with Davinia? I mean, I'm not shocked, but I love to see the progress. Also, the way that she was like, yeah, let me just tease him about like the couple matching outfits because we're a couple and whatever. That is so stinking cute. If talking to him distracts him enough for this to happen, maybe I should start doing this at every dinner. Before, it seemed awkward to even be in the same room as him, but we're now slowly warming up to each other. I wonder how long it's been since the reincarnation point. I would say at least a week, if not a little longer. He no longer seems apprehensive about letting me help plan the ball. This would be a good chance for me to fix his relationship with food. Ooh, this looks fancy. A week later, we're in the ballroom deciding on decorations. We've slowly been putting together the details of the party. It feels nice being able to converse with him. Despite all the scolding, he is fun to talk to.
Not that one.
Decided opinion, I get it.
What? Why not? I hold up a piece of fabric that is gilded with gold and sparkled in the light. It's pretty and fit for royalty.
It's too gaudy.
Lewis then holds up a cloth. It's dark blue without any extra additions. I roll my eyes.
Sir, your outfit's already dark blue. If you want to wear a dark blue outfit, maybe the decor should not also be dark blue. It doesn't have to be what Davinia is suggesting, but we need some compliments, some contrast also. That'd be very nice.
But everything should be sparkling. The silverware, tablecloths, food.
Food can't be sparkly.
Edible glitter.
That's what you think. Lewis chuckles to himself as he continues to look through the fabrics. My mind tries to wander to food, but I keep it on track. I pick up another fabric. This is the same dark blue that Lewis likes, except it has silver detailing. I show it to him.
Ooh, that could be nice.
What about this? He hums in thought, reaching out to feel the fabric.
I still feel as if it's too sparkly.
You're sparkly too.
What does that even mean?
You have little sparkles on your outfit, sir.
Lewis stares at me, his eyes narrowed in disbelief. I struggle to hold back a laugh. It's moments like these that I have truly started to enjoy.
Whoosh whoosh.
After coming to a compromise on the tablecloth, Lewis says he has some work to get done. He walks out of the ballroom and towards his office, and I follow him.
What are you doing?
I put my hands behind my back, smiling as I do so. Following you.
I have work to do. Go somewhere else.
Can't we be in the same room and work?
I frown. Can I not keep my fiancé company while he works oh so diligently?
No.
Why not? I sigh, continuing to follow him down the hall. He gives me a sidelong glance. It's silent for a moment before he agrees.
Fine, you may stay. But no causing a ruckus.
All right, Mr. Blushy, sir. Yay! That was my yay. Okay, we walk into his office. It's a wide open space filled with dark oak bookshelves, a dark oak desk. Why am I deleting that D? A dark oak desk and matching chairs. Okay, fun space, like the windows. I never would have thought that he likes oak this much. Haha. He steps behind me, placing his hands on my shoulders. I try to look back at him, but he instead leads me over to a chair and pushes me down. I sit obediently, still confused. I watch with wide eyes as he picks out a book from his shelf and hands it to me. What's this?
A book on etiquette, since you seem to be lacking some.
Oh, so you joke now? I was gonna say, it's like, that does not seem very in Lewis' character, but I was like, no, he's joking. Okay, great.
His face stays serious, but his eyes hold a glint of playfulness.
I do. It's actually a cookbook one of my younger brothers gifted me.
Ooh.
I never had any use for it. It's yours now, if you'd like.
How many younger siblings do you have then? Or like siblings in total? I only thought it was like the older brother and him.
Ooh, a cookbook sounds great. My eyes widen. I start to flip through the book. It's filled with different recipes, many of which I've never heard before. There are detailed drawings of each dish. It's obvious that whoever wrote this recipe book put a lot of care into it. I look back up at Lewis. You'd really give me this?
Of course. I don't think my brother would mind, and I would hate for it to collect dust on my shelf.
Not the blushing. Okay.
He goes and sits at his desk as if he didn't make my heart flutter by giving me this. A small smile graces my face as my fingers run over the smooth paper. No one has ever gifted me something like this. I look over at him. He's writing on a paper, his eyebrows furrowed. His glasses slip down his nose, and he pushes them back up with the side of his hand. Has he always been this handsome?
Yes. I'm gonna assume. You just mean in this particular moment. He's in work mode. A diligent worker. Serious, studious, whatever. We love that.
My face goes red with my thoughts. That isn't supposed to be my focus. I sigh to myself and continue looking through the recipes. Perhaps I'll have Senrik make one of these dishes for us in the future. An hour or two later, and Lewis has been sighing constantly. I look up from the cookbook in concern. It is obvious he's stressed about whatever work he's currently doing.
I like the lighting in here. It looks good right now.
Lewis? Can you tell me about your brothers?
Oh, so you only have brothers?
He looks up from his papers. With a thoughtful hum, he leans back in his chair. I take note of the way his shoulders seem to relax ever so slightly, and how he stretches out his hands. It seems a distraction is needed.
What do you want to know?
I've only met them once. I would like to know your thoughts on them.
Why the sudden curiosity?
A distraction, but also I want to know.
I want to prepare myself before the party, that's all. I don't want to embarrass myself. He smiles softly. Most of my brothers are kind, if not extremely extroverted. You will be fine. I try to think back to the manhwa. Not much was said about his brothers, other than he had 4, and one of them was the king.
Okay, so there's 5 sons, and one of them is the king, and he will be king soon. Okay, great. That answers my question from earlier.
I secretly curse the timing of my death. Why couldn't the manhwa be finished?
Oh yeah, that's true. That's a interesting aspect for this game in particular and the story.
I want to at least make an effort to know your family. Well, he thinks for a moment. He adjusts his glasses again. He's so cute when he does that. No, focus, Davinia. Focus. I am the second oldest. I have 3 younger brothers, the youngest being around your age. His name is David.
Okay, David.
He is known as a ladies' man, not very fitting for a royal, but the youngest ones always get away with the most. Then there's the twins, Jeremiah and Julian. They're extroverted and friendly, but... Lewis shivers as if recalling a memory. They can be really uncanny at times. Yikes, somebody called the host club. I nod in agreement, scrunching up my nose. Agreed. I once met these twins that would always try and finish each other's sentences. It was so creepy. Really, I do not know of any other twins in the kingdom. My face pales as I realize I was talking about my past life. I quickly try brushing it off. Oh, I met them when I was a child. I went on vacation to another country. Oh, I see. Anyhow. Safe. That was a close one.
That was a close one, girl. That's a good save, though.
The oldest is Finley. He's the one I'm closest to. How close in age are you? I don't know. Despite never favoring any loud spaces and often getting left out, he always made sure to check on me. He is a truly kind man. How do you feel about his sickness?
Oh, poor Lewis. Looks so sad.
Lewis looks vulnerable, if only for a second. There's sadness in his eyes, and his breath wavers as he opens his mouth. I thought I overstepped when he speaks again. If I'm being honest, I am devastated.
This country needs someone like him. But I know that I'll work hard to keep his legacy alive. It's the least I can do.
Lewis. He clears his throat, straightening his back. He picks up a stack of papers.
All right, enough for now. I need to get back to work. Oh, that's why you work so hard. Oh, Lewis. It's for your brother. And the kingdom.
I nod, disappointed. I was so close to getting him to open up. If only I had a little more time.
Thank you, by the way.
For what?
For keeping me company while I work, he says as he blushes.
The tips of his ears turn red as he avoids eye contact with me while shuffling through papers. I smile, hugging the book he gave me tightly to my chest.
Even you, Davinia. Oh, the mutual blushing. It gets me. I hope you come here more often.
You have a deal.
Oh, that's so cute. Ooh. I was gonna say, this is not your bedroom. It looks different. Because there's like a piano and the sheets are different. And there's a vanity on the left side over there with the butterfly. How nice.
The next day is spent in Ottilia's room. Her room is decorated in soft pinks and glowing in the sunlight. She has a small vanity with hardly any makeup or perfume on it. It fits her character perfectly. A set of dresses are laid out on the bed. Only 2 are hers, while the rest are from my closet.
Are you sure it's okay if I borrow these?
I nod, sitting on the bed as I watch Ottilia look over the dresses. Of course. I have too many, and the majority of them don't fit my taste. In fact, you can keep all of these.
That's too much!
Nonsense. I'm more than happy to empty my closet and fill yours up. Ottilia blushes, picking up a dress and holding it up to herself. Hanging out with Ottilia has not only calmed my mind that I avoided all death flags, but gave me someone to talk to. All of Davinia's friends are an immediate no-go. She's just like her character in the manhwa. Kind, good at reading people, and just really pretty to look at. I smile happily as she holds the dress up to herself. That one looks really pretty.
Do you think so? What if it's too fancy?
I wave my hand dismissively. Not at all. Plus, I think pink looks great on you.
I don't know.
I'm sure it's a good color on you. I could see that.
I look around her pink room, then back at her. I cross my arms, a playfully stern look on my face. Come on, your room is pink, so you should wear a dress that's pink as well. Your eyes will pop too, and your blonde hair just ties it all together. Davinia. She giggles, covering her face shyly with the dress. I laugh in response, shaking my head. I truly feel like I am having fun. This isn't as bad as I thought it would be. What about you? What will you be wearing? Ottilia sets the dress down, sitting down on the bed next to me. I smile at her. Lewis is choosing our outfits. Since I'm choosing the food, we thought this would be best. Ottilia raises an eyebrow. Our? I blush slightly and nod. Yes, we're going to match. We are a couple now, after all.
Did something happen between the 2 of you?
Oh, good question. Oh, if I mentioned like he gave me the cookbook, which is very lovely. I feel like I need to save. I feel like I would mention the cookbook because like I feel like the cookbook I could see is like, is it just food based? And like, it's not just about that. Like, he gave her the book, the cookbook. While mentioning his brothers obviously is important. And he's like opening up more. I don't know if I would like randomly share that with Ottilia also. Like, just because that was more just like a shared thing between Davinia and Lewis. I'm gonna say the cookbook, but I swear, I don't know. I don't know what choices need to be made here.
My face turns an even darker red as I think about the cookbook. It was an innocent gift. It didn't seem like Lewis even realized how it made me feel, and just wanted someone to use it. And yet,
I mean, he thought of you while giving the book, which is like, I think, a step in the right direction regardless.
Lewis gave me a gift. Attilia's eyes widened.
He did? What was it?
It was just a cookbook. Nothing special. He said he doesn't use it and wanted to give it to someone who would. It was more of him giving it away. Attilia's surprised expression morphs into a knowing smirk.
I'm with Attilia. I can see where she's going.
Oh, really?
Why do you look like that? It's scary. She laughs, pushing on my shoulder lightly.
You are tense, aren't you?
I mean, I guess we are. But I know what you mean, Attilia.
Can't you see? Your relationship with Lewis has deepened.
What? No, that's not it. We're just friends. Attilia snaps her fingers, looking at me like I just made a huge discovery.
Exactly. Before the two of you started planning the party, would you have called him a friend?
No.
See? You've made progress. I told you that he was closed off, but now he's opening up to you.
Woo, that's great.
I knew my advice would work.
She looks proud of herself. I let out a giggle, nodding my head. Okay. You were right. And thank you for your advice. I'm glad I have a friend like you.
And I'm glad to have a friend like you. I was never able to indulge in a talk like this. It's nice.
It is.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
Oh, today is the day. I can already smell the food wafting in throughout the castle. I happily hum to myself as I practically skip down the halls.
That was a quick whoosh.
Once I make my way into the kitchen, I see all the food laid out on the counters.
I like this kitchen. It looks so good.
Cedric is standing over by the stove, mumbling to himself while Lewis looks over papers. Cedric, you've done it again. Hello, Cedric. I squeal happily. Both men look at me with tired expressions.
My lady, you asked for too much food.
He's like, I've been worked to the bone.
I shrug, walking up to the counter and looking over the delightful spread. We need the perfect food for this ball. Lewis, what did you ask him to make? Cedric nervously looks at Lewis, then back at me.
He only asked for one thing.
One thing? What was it? I mean, if it's your fave, then sure.
I glare at Lewis, crossing my arms. I knew he would do this, but I am still disappointed nonetheless.
I mean, he did ask for one thing. That's still good.
He shrugs as if it's not a big deal. I only really like one thing. The progress I thought I made seems to retract in itself, but this would make for a chance to have him open up about food. Maybe I should force feed him.
Thinking of the, last resort plans.
What did you even put? I furrow my eyebrows as I look over all the food. I mumble to myself. I don't even remember what I put.
Tea sandwiches. Cucumber tea sandwiches.
Cedric smiles and picks up a small triangle-shaped sandwich, handing it to me. I take it, a pout on my face.
Ooh, okay, but the cute little sandwiches are cute.
Oh, people eat these all the time. Be more creative, Lewis.
I am creative.
Sure. I take a tiny bite, and then another. The cucumber was chopped up in tiny pieces, each bite filled with a smooth cream cheese with hints of dill and lemon juice. The bread is soft and fluffy. My God, Cedric, this is delicious. He chuckles, rubbing the back of his head sheepishly. Thank you, my lady. I finish the first sandwich and pick up another, humming in delight as I practically melt from how good it tastes. Lewis watched with wide eyes as if it's a sight he's never seen before, which he has, considering we eat dinner every night together. I take another sandwich from the pile, popping it into my mouth. They are the perfect size for snacking. I can see myself passing by the table several times at the ball and grabbing as many as I can to eat. I turn to Senric. You've done a fantastic job. Why don't you go rest while Lewis and I figure out what we want? It looks like he wants to protest, but at the same time his shoulders visibly relax. A pang of guilt hits me as I realize that I probably did ask for too much food.
As you wish.
Thanks, Enric. He gives a bow, then leaves Lewis and me alone. I start looking over the table. Desserts, side dishes, finger foods. There is truly a lot to eat. Where should we start?
I don't even know. How about you just... Are you eating another sandwich?
A girl's hungry.
I smile at him, no shame in my voice at all. It's tasty. That look of awe is still visible as he makes his way over to me. He sets his papers down and crosses his arms.
How can you eat so well?
'Cause the food is good.
Do you mean how I can eat so much? He shakes his head.
No. How can you eat like it's the only thing that makes you happy?
It's one of the many things, the one things I think that makes her happy.
I think for a moment. Well, food has always brought me happiness and comfort. Whenever I was stressed from work or from life in general, I would eat food, and the stress would just melt away. It was honestly a struggle. It's something I enjoyed a lot, but I got some pushback from others. I smile bitterly as I think back on the memories of my previous life. Days spent ignoring the girls in high school, giggling at how much food I'd eat at lunch, or going to cafes and seeing people stare as I pick out almost everything on the menu. I was always told I eat too much or I would get fat. Until I realized that everyone's words didn't matter as long as I was happy. I wasn't hurting anyone, was I?
I mean, that's so true.
My smile shifts to something genuine. So now I'm able to eat happily and enjoy myself. Lewis doesn't respond for a while. His eyebrows furrow as if he's trying to solve a difficult math equation.
I don't seem to understand.
Why?
I've always seen eating as a chore. Something that was a duty, not a hobby.
I can see that. Okay.
He looks hesitant. I lean in closer, my eyes focused on him. My voice is soft and comforting. Go on.
When I was younger, I remember sitting at the dining table surrounded by my family. Everyone was so talkative. Politics, gossip between nobles, and our future. I would never participate. Because I never did, I was always scolded. And when that happened, I snapped at my father and brothers. Eating just brings back those memories. Oh, no wonder you don't like eating as much then. Or at least not in the same way as Davinia.
I nod, reaching out to take his hand. He flinches slightly, but doesn't move away. I'm sorry that you had to go through that.
It's fine. It isn't so bad nowadays.
I pick up one of the tea sandwiches. Why did you choose this? He takes the sandwich from me, examining it closely.
It's simple, easy to eat, and I don't necessarily associate it with any bad memories.
Aw. I take the sandwich back, causing him to frown. And I hold back a smile. Close your eyes.
All right.
He does what he's told. I have a devious smile on my face as I take a step closer to him. Now open your mouth.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
Okay, well, you're doing it, right? Even with your little commentary, you're willfully doing it. Even it's a little embarrassing. It's fine.
Oh, come on, just do it. Lewis huffs but obliges anyway. I feed him a portion of the sandwich. He takes a bite, cautiously chewing. Clear your mind. Don't think of anything. not your past, not your negative thoughts. Focus only on the food. It's quiet. I look expectantly at him. He swallows, his face twisting into a scowl. What do you think?
It tastes like... It tastes like cream cheese and cucumbers.
He opens his eyes, his scowl now directed towards me.
This is foolish.
I mean, it was a first attempt. We're not gonna make, we're not making leaps and bounds over here on the first try, my dude.
I sigh, crossing my arms. That's because you aren't emptying your mind. My mind is very empty. Lewis. He holds up his hands in defense. I'm not like you, Davinia. I know, but you need to get rid of those memories associated with food. They don't exist anymore. Let's try again, okay?
Fine.
He grumbles to himself. This would be a tough journey, but the fact he opened up to me about his past with food means I'm making progress.
That is so true. Like, he didn't have to tell you all of that, but he's probably feeling a little closer to you to share those pieces of information.
My eyes sweep over the table as I decide what food to try next. Oh! I pick up a small tart filled with what looks like blueberry jam, and I turn to Lewis. All right, eyes closed. Fine, fine. He closes his eyes and I feed him the tart. I watch his facial expression closely.
Look at him closing his eyes. It's just like, kind of look happy looking. Girl, me too. Looking at him with admiration.
He closes his eyes and I feed him the tart. I watch his facial expression closely. There is something so intimate about feeding him food like this. I pop the rest of the tart in my mouth. He looks so calm when he eats like this. Soft. Cute.
I agree. This face makes me think that Lewis is extra cute. Oh.
Okay, I'm ready. I jump slightly, jolting out of my thoughts. I nod and quickly finish the tart. What do you think?
This is...
It's a tart. Oh, what an astute observation. It's flaky. My eyes widen slightly. I smile, patting his shoulder. There you go. He cracks open his eyes. That's it. It was a good try. We try several more foods. He's getting better at this. It just takes a little coaxing to get him to speak what he's truly feeling without any barriers. I'm having fun as well. I keep sneaking bites, and I have already formed a list of what I definitely want at the ball. Lewis only called me out 3 times. Just 3. I take the final food, strawberry shortcake. My eyes shine when I look at it. The sponge looks delightfully soft, the whipped cream like a cloud. The strawberries bright red and perfectly ripe.
Cendric's done a great job.
Here we go. Let's see if you can do this on your own. I feed him a portion, making sure to get every bit on there. As he chews, I can't help but take a bite myself. I squeal, the flavors dancing together in a perfect harmony.
Are you eating again?
I swallow, then set down the plate. No. Now focus. What do you taste? What do you feel?
Aww, this is so stinking cute. Oh my gosh.
Lewis hums and takes a moment. I can see the cogs in his brain turn as he slowly articulates his thoughts.
Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Look at them. And he's really thinking about it. This is so cute.
It tastes sweet, delicate, refreshing. It reminds me of you.
Oh my god, stop. You guys are so cute. Lewis, sweet, delicate, and refreshing. Damn.
I can't hide the shock fast enough as Lewis opens his eyes. My cheeks are almost as red as the strawberries.
She shooketh.
Once again,
Oh, once he realized what he said, he also gets a matching blush. You're both matching with blushing. It's cute.
Uh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
I quickly interrupt him. Oh, it's all right. It's all right. Thank you. There's an awkward pause as I avoid Lewis's gaze. I'm about to speak up when he takes a step closer to me.
Cream.
We're close enough to where I can feel his breath. My heart starts pounding in my chest as he reaches out. Oh, do you have some on your face or something? Ooh. His hand feels soft against my skin as his thumb brushes away cream on the edge of my lips.
You had cream on your lips.
You guys, this tension is funny. Oh my god, I think I'm going to pass out. I stare up at him. We both can't seem to look away from each other.
You really have changed, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. His voice is about as soft as his touch. He sends shivers down my spine. Nothing else seems to exist at this moment. Not the castle, not the people, not even the food. I'm only trying to become a person who's worthy of standing by your side.
Shouldn't it be the opposite?
Huh? He gives me a smile, and I swear I can see sparkles around his face.
I want to be someone worthy of your...
How's it going in here?
Senring! I knew it! I was like, Senring is gonna come back! Oh my god, Senring, this is poor timing. It's okay. Progress has been made. They'll be fine. You know, because the tension is building. I love that Senring is here, though, because, you know, we need to break this up a little bit. You know, save some stuff for later. This is so funny. I had a feeling Senrik was gonna come in. At the sound of Senrik's loud and booming voice, I jump away from Lewis. My body heats up from embarrassment. Everything's fine.
And the food?
Lewis looks at me, then back at Senrik. His face is aglow with a genuine smile. Oh my gosh, I love this expression on Lewis. This makes him look so happy and cute.
It's delicious.
Oh my gosh, genuine compliment about food. This man is, you know, he's making strides. Or he's taking strides, rather. He said it was delicious. I can feel my body reach cloud 9. Finally I got this closed-off prince to show me his true self. I grab a random plate of food, shoving it in Lewis's direction. Come now, no time for breaks. We have lots of food to try. It's obvious that my relationship with Lewis has changed. That moment in the kitchen catapulted us into unknown territory. If I'm being honest, it made me feel scared yet excited at the same time. The ball is fast approaching, but my mind is filled with the way Lewis looked at me and how his hand felt against my cheek. I'm in deep now. And I think that is a good place to stop for today. Oh my gosh, Davinia and Lewis are so stinking cute. He's slowly opening up to her. They're slowly, you know, getting closer and closer and like forming a stronger bond together, and it's very lovely to see. Anyways, let me know what you're thinking so far of this route, this connection between Davinia and Lewis. I really love it. If you couldn't tell already from my commentary and my reactions and such. And I'm really enjoying the story so far. I assume, you know, we'll get closer and closer to the ball, and then things will happen to the ball, and I assume the story will end there. But we'll see. I don't know if it will take another part for me to finish Lewis's route or not, but we will see. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you did like the video, then please press the like button. I'd appreciate that. Also, if you'd like to see more of the Villainess Just Wants to Eat, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, as I'll be posting soon-ish the next part, and, you know, we'll get to see exactly what happens between Davinia and Lewis. Yeah. I think that's all I have. I was gonna say also, besides that I really like that one of the aspects about Lewis's character is that he has this relatively negative, like this kind of negative relationship with food, and then that is like one of this like it's one of the things that Davinia is trying to like help him with in her own way to get closer to him. Obviously not really with real ulterior motives, but just trying to help him out and support him, which is very lovely. And it was so sweet seeing him like, you know, trying to just like focus on eating food and enjoying food and savoring it rather than, you know, focusing on the negative memories that he generally associates food with. So that's very lovely. Anyways, thank you again for watching. Please like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more. And I will see you next time. Bye!